Hello, everybody. I almost said my old name. Ava Salora here, interviewing Joe and Julie. They are wonderful cosplayers. Give them some love. Round of you know this. Woo! So, thank you so much for coming on here. I need full screen this. Bad me. Gotta love
Fresh
Discord.
back to Katsucon.
Yeah, it's coming.
I was gonna say you guys just both went to Katsucon. Very busy. I saw all the posts. I was like,
yeah.
man, it's sunny. It's cold here. They ain't missing anything.
It was cold outside there. It was
Really?
freezing. It was sunny, but yeah, it was cold.
Like they had we did a lot of Disney cosplays during the weekend, and they had a Disney photo shoot going on, but it was outside, and it was funny because Elsa asked me, "Oh, are you gonna go to Disney photo shoot?" And I go, "No offense, but the cold bothers me, so I'm not gonna be going out to the shoot."
That's a perfect response. I'm like, you saw the short and Frozen little thing between 1 and 2. That was me right now.
Like, oh, cold.
And it's like, I shouldn't be cold, but I am. So yes, as to how long both of you have cosplayed, how'd you get into cosplay, how'd you guys both meet, all those wonderful questions. We'll start in, how'd you both find out, and when it was called cosplay, then saying, I'm dressed up?
Very early on. So I went to high school in inner city Boston, and I found out that there were, some events going on, and one of the events was called Anime Boston. And being a junior in high school, we had a lot of people that were into anime, and that, they were talking about the convention, and I was like, oh, what is this? What is this convention? And, they told me about it. They said, well, it's kind of like a nerdy thing where people dress up as different characters from different fandoms, whether that's anime, comics, Disney, or anything from, like, movies or the internet, whatever. And they just get together, they nerd out, they take pictures, and they have a fun time. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. And then I found out what cosplay was because of that. And that's how my first convention I attended ended up being Anime Boston 2012. So that's how I kind of figured out about cosplay. And my first cosplay was actually from an anime because I thought that, oh, if it was an anime con, you absolutely have to cosplay from an anime.
Which you don't.
But then I got there and I realized, no, I guess you don't have to cosplay from an anime. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, I really got interested in that because of that. And I've been cosplaying ever since then. So about almost 10 years now.
Dang.
Mine is considerably shorter. I got into cosplay 3 years ago. My first convention was Anime Boston 2019. And it was, at the time I was trying to impress a girl.
That's usually how it is. Come on, brother. We know.
So she was like, hey, there's this thing I want to do with you. I've done it for a few years, and she knows that I like Halloween and I like getting into costumes. So she was like, would you want to go in costume to this event? It's over the weekend, and we can do a cosplay together.
And I had him pick his first cosplay, too. And
so I knew she had done all the Disney cosplays, so I was trying to think, okay, what's a simple, quote-unquote, cosplay that can pair off Disney-wise with her?
There's nothing simple, my friend.
Well, it was easier for me because I didn't have to really get dressed up, because our first cosplay together ended up being Snow White and her prince, and a lot of his features kind of already match mine. Like, he just has brown hair.
This is the Disney boy, everybody.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to put on a wig. I didn't have to put on a whole bunch of makeup and stuff. And, I just pretty much had to throw on the cosplay, and I was just done. And then we went to Anime Boston, and I did like the convention. The convention itself was fun, and that was my first convention ever. But yeah, while we were there, a lot of people wanted pictures with us or of us. We made one woman cry out of happiness.
She thought we were so
She thought we were just so adorable. She was like, oh, Snow White's my favorite Disney movie ever. You two are so beautiful. And so that felt good. So I was like, I'll keep doing this. And then, minus the time we had to take off for COVID, you know, I've still been to like, you know, what, less than 10 conventions, I'd say. Maybe,
Yeah, I'd say so.
maybe like 7.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll do more as time goes on. But that's how I got into cosplay.
Not because she pulled you in saying, "Come here, pretty boy."
Join us, nerds.
I mean, hey, must have done a good job because then she ended up becoming my wife. So I must have.
There we go. She did something right apparently in your eyes. In her eyes, what's the whole story on your side, Julie? How'd you get him roped in?
Just kind of told him what my hobbies were when we were getting to know each other, because originally we had met at work. We were coworkers when we met.
Oh wow.
And we are actually still coworkers, but at a different job. So we've been coworkers twice over. That's why we're always together.
Uh-huh.
I know what you did.
But yeah, I was telling him about my hobbies and one of the things I do, and you know, I'm an artist. I do digital artwork, but not so much anymore since I kind of have a full-time job now and I'm busy with that. But when I was getting him into it, I just told him like, oh, this is what I do for fun, and I really enjoy it because you get to hang out with a bunch of nerds, people that are like-minded, and
Yeah.
you get to have fun being a character of your choosing and just stepping into like a character that you enjoy in film or in video games or whatever, and just have fun and nerd out.
Yeah.
So
There
it
we go.
didn't really take much convincing because he himself is also a nerd. Both of us are chemists, so it just kind of fit together. So I didn't really try too hard to rope him into it.
My dudettes. Oh my god, that is so perfect. I'm just like, the chemistry was set. Let's go. So as to, well, you already answered how far back do you actually remember, but at the same time from 2018 to 2022 as current, because that's when 2018 we heard about COVID, it was in China, all this stuff. How from since then to now did COVID affect your cosplay life, career, hobby, business, everything, you know, overall? How did it really affect the tone of your cosplay core?
Well, I was always excited about going to conventions and debuting new costumes and different things. So for me to have, you know, to be looking forward to something and looking forward to making a new project for a specific event, just to have that taken away just overnight, it was really hard on me. Because it was just something that I did out of happiness that made me, you know, it's my hobby. It's something I enjoy doing. So just to have that taken away overnight, it was kind of a big deal to me. So not being able to go to conventions, I was kind of like, all right, well, I need some motivation to make new projects because a pandemic shouldn't stop me from cosplaying.
More Disney movies.
So I just decided, I said, you know what, I'll make some projects and then I'll plan photo shoots. And with photo shoots, you can socially distance away from people. You can follow COVID guidelines and everything. So in order to continue making cosplays, I kind of set up photo shoots at a certain time as a deadline to finish a project.
Okay.
So I switched from going to conventions mostly and doing photo shoots at conventions to just doing private photo shoots at different locations instead. So that's kind of how it affected me. You, not so much, really.
But currently, we're also finding a new outlet, though, with Twitch, because now we made Twitch affiliate, and now we're starting to cosplay on stream. One of the things that I did recently that I did not expect to get as big as it did was I did one Halloween stream where I was dressed in my Spider-Man cosplay.
That'll always work.
I have the spooky gym in the background. I think you've seen it.
I have. Yeah.
I have the spooky gym, and I did like bench in the cosplay, and I did like a cosplay workout.
Ooh.
And so now that, you know, we've sort of, you know, had this new outlet in front of us that we're transitioning to, it's like, okay, what other cosplays can we do on stream?
Yeah.
One that we're thinking about doing for her soon is I'm going to be playing Resident Evil Village, and she wants to cosplay Lady Dimitrescu from Village.
It kind of works out while I'm on Twitch because I am a whopping height of 5'2". So
Yeah.
I am very sure I am not nearly as tall as Lady Dimitrescu
Stilts.
whatsoever.
Stilts.
You know?
Let's get
So-
some stilts.
Because of that, it's easier just to be in front of the camera and have someone see me instead of having to present my very small stature as Lady Dimitrescu.
It's like with Twitch cosplays, it's like you're given more liberties
Yeah.
than when you're like at a convention and people can see you
everything,
in
yeah.
person.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like when you're doing it like virtually, you get away with more. Like, okay, you don't have to have the exact shoes per se, because no one's
gonna see your
no one's
feet.
gonna see it.
Yeah.
No one's going to like critique on it. So you get away with more on Twitch, I would say. It's like cosplay on easy mode, I would say, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. I just make it easy by throwing this on. I'm just like, hey guys, this is my thing.
Yeah, something like that too. Like
And-
it's
and
just,
most-
you can do so much with it, you know.
The only thing I gotta show off is, hey guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
nice.
See, like stuff you can just throw on and then go live on Twitch, rather than when you're going to KatsuCon, you got to get your makeup ready, you got to get your hair perfect, you got to get all your props ready.
Exactly.
Just that moment, it's like, oh my god, no.
Yeah.
The big
When we were
sad.
at KatsuCon, one of our roommates that we were sharing a room with, she had to get up at 5 in the morning
5 a.m.
Five.
or an 8 a.m. photo shoot at KatsuCon.
to just start getting ready.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So people really underestimate the amount of time it takes just to get into cosplay, you know?
Yeah, even with makeup, even trying to get like a lot of armor, leather on. Oh my god. Please, someone help me.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, and that's what I have to do all the time. I'm like, I need help to be into this cosplay.
Here, buckle me in.
Yeah.
And they don't make it easy at all. Like, if you can actually get your own, like, leather, shafts on, you can get your stuff right here on, but once it gets to the gloves, it's like, I need some help.
No, like some cosplays definitely require assistance, you know?
Oh yeah.
Or,
That same
like,
that same roommate, we had to help her with her cosplay because she had this huge set of wings.
She did Sailor Moon and she did Sailor Eternal Moon with the big wings.
And yeah, we had to help her.
And yeah,
put
we
the
had to
wings
help her
on.
put the wings. We had to strap her into it.
oh my
It
god.
was crazy.
I can only imagine with the fact of, you should show her those pens I sent you then. And be like, hey, you want to
I will
join?
definitely.
Especially, it's like, hey, we do Disney, you do Sailor Moon. We got you. Just not the fire, not the fire, not the fire! Here's Bubbles. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the actual, pictures, the photos, cosplays, and then you can explain. They've already explained this to me, everyone. They're not blackfacing, they're not changing their skin. Natural, actual habitat, genetics. It's the genetics that they have. So
I am very mixed ethnically, so.
So as to what it is, as I don't really say much, but it is where no, these are them. They're not makeuping their whole body. This is their actual natural skin. Heck, it's called I Get Tan.
Yeah.
Changes their skin tone naturally.
Julie just
during
tans
summer
pretty
versus the
easy.
winter. Yeah, you get more vitamin D.
Unless you're me and you just crisp.
So,
But,
what got
that's just
you
my
to
genetic.
what got you to cosplay Jasmine? Actually, I'm a little curious. Like, I know you love Disney, Julie, but like, explain to the audience why, and how.
Well, because I am actually part Middle Eastern, I kind of saw myself as Jasmine for the first time when I saw Aladdin. And, I always loved her personally because she always had that fiery personality. She always stood up for herself. And I always liked the fact that she had a danger mushy because she has Raja. She has her own kitty. And I love cats, all types of cats, from, derpy house cats to big cats in the wild.
Yeah.
So I kind of noticed Jasmine, and I was like, oh, I like her because of her personality. She likes cats. She stands up for herself. She's a stand-up woman, and she does what she wants. And,
Right.
as a kid growing up in the 90s, Jasmine was all the craze. And I got to go to Disney World and I got to meet her, and it was like a dream come true for me. So
Right.
Jasmine was definitely, and still is, one of my top favorite Disney princesses. And I just thought, I wanted to express my appreciation for the character by cosplaying her. And I have more than one outfit for her. I actually have her signature blue outfit that I've made.
Ooh.
And I have a purple dress that I've made that she wears in the scene where she's telling the whole kingdom that Prince Ali is going to become Sultan. So, and I'm also planning on working on her red outfit in the movie when she's captured by Jafar. So I'm really excited to debut that one too. But Jasmine's one of my favorite characters of all time of Disney, so that's why I wanted to cosplay her.
And with the jewelry too that you have in here that complements the purple dress, where can people find that kind of item to solicit?
Honestly, most of my cosplay stuff I just get on Amazon. I kind of try to look for something similar to, okay, I want something to complement this character that would work well with my outfit, that I kind of have in my head what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then I go on Amazon and I kind of search up something similar to what I'm thinking about. And then when I find it, that's when I get the item for my cosplay. So most of the stuff, like most of my accessories you see, like mostly jewelry or wigs, I just get on Amazon.
Oh boy. So then going on to the next cosplay here in line, we see the Pinocchio. Fox and Pinocchio.
Oh, she loves that one.
Now, who was it in the cosplay for this one?
So, I'm the fox in that one. That's
All right.
me. That's Honest John. He is one of my all-time favorite Disney villains. And because I just find him oddly charming as a Disney villain.
He is a fox.
And it reminds me of his personality, so that's why I kind of like the character. But I liked him because he has such a fun, devious personality that, would be fun to act out in a cosplay. So I hadn't watched Pinocchio until, for the first time since, when I was a kid, in 2018. And then I saw this character and I was like, oh my god, I totally forgot this character even existed. So it kind of piqued my interest watching it, for the first time after so long. So I decided, you know what? I kind of want to cosplay him. I think it would be fun.
And
because he's a fox and not human, a lot of people were curious, oh, well, how are you going to pull that one off? What are you going to do? Are you just going to be in a full fur bodysuit, or are you going to incorporate your own design? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of do something that's in my head and bring it to life.
Hey.
And that's exactly what I did with Honest John. That cosplay you won't see me into often because it is very complicated to get in. That probably is a 3-hour prep to get into that cosplay. So, yeah. So
right.
It is a lot. And the Pinocchio in that picture is my best friend's daughter, Chloe.
Aww.
She also has an Instagram, too, which I sent you. But she was, like, the perfect height. And I was like, can I please make your daughter Pinocchio for my photo shoot? Because my friends are cosplayers too.
Yeah.
So their daughter, her father was actually dressed up as Geppetto for that photo shoot. Oh. So it was kind of like a whole group photo shoot that I had planned out, and that was at his first convention, Anime Boston 2019.
All right.
Good time.
Good time, honestly. Yeah, I don't see a lie was told in that photo. So, going on to... I see he's a little like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. To the Little Mermaid of Ursula in her human form, and you just see his face like, what have I done?
Yes. This was a very fun photo shoot.
I loved this one. This one was
hilarious. So
this one was a Katsucon photo too.
This was on 2020, a month before our lives changed. So this was like the calm before the storm.
Yeah. Still have the badge too.
But this one in particular.
Oh my.
We went
Katsucon 2020.
We went down to the basement level of Katsucon with a very specific lighting because we wanted to kind of give the impression that Eric is already under the spell that Ursula cast upon him in these photos. So that's why we did that location specifically. And that photo was very fun because he just looks so creepy in these photos. Like all of these photos, his eyes are wide open. He's definitely under a spell.
Just like, oh no. What
He's
happened?
very confused right now.
This is the look of, honestly, the right eye, yeah, definitely looks like it's faded in, like, oh no, I'm under a spell, to like, what did I do last night?
Get here. Help me, I'm scared.
Help me, stranger danger, I don't know where I'm at. So yeah, no, honestly, even I've had people who've come to me for Disney props as well, for the tridents from Little Mermaid. I've had the conch shells. I've been commissioned just to make various items for certain people that wanted it. I can't really, you know, and I don't have the photos anymore. Otherwise, I would show you the great, fantastic things. You would have to get a hold of people I've done the commissions for, but like, there's a lot of, like, I've even done tiara-looking things similar to that out of, like, 2-inch insulation foam, and I make sure things are stupid-proof. Me-proof.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. So going on to the next one we got here, both of you in Snow White, here's, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, yeah. With a plushy Bambi looking deer that haven't been shot yet.
No.
I know, I feel like in the Black Forest.
Yo, no. Funniest thing, I think, I don't know if you guys were at the photo shoot, but it was a photo shoot for all the Disney villains, and there was a hunter there. A person went up and said, "Who are you?" And he was like, "Well,
I've seen this.
I'm the hunter from Bambi that killed the mom."
Oh.
I was like, no.
You are the worst.
But you never actually see somebody dress up as the hunter. You'd think Elmer Fudd or something, right? Nope, this was bright neon orange.
No.
And wasn't a Nerf gun either.
The picture itself, though, this particular picture actually ended up this past year's Christmas card.
Yep.
Aww.
Actually, yeah.
Yep.
Because this was taken on our anniversary, our dating anniversary last February. And it had snowed a lot, obviously, but the photo. So we kind of wanted to get like Snow White in the snow type of photos.
Right.
And my photographer, who does a lot of these photos, Thomas Wheat, he is the sweetest guy. He goes to a lot of conventions in the New England area. He's a retired biochemist. He's a very brilliant man, and this is just what he does for a hobby. He just goes to conventions and he, does photo shoots on his free time.
He's
so
retired.
He had these deer plushies, and he was like, you know what, this would be a cute idea. Let's do this for the photo shoot. And then that's how the photo came to life.
I think the reason why we went with that angle, too, is also because of the backdrop with the snow. Because, like, the snow kind of makes it look a little, like, blank and a little plain. So the deer was kind of meant to sort of spice it up a little bit.
Right. Would it have been funny if there were actual deer in the background in the trees? That would have been so hilarious to see. Not hilarious, but so cool.
Massachusetts, yeah, definitely.
Is it bucking season yet? So now, in your recent times, I've seen this, you both doing this at KatsuCon, the South Park episodes of Oh My God!
Yes. For some reason, at KatsuCon specifically, after a certain hour, adult cartoon cosplays are just the funniest thing to people.
Oh, they loved it.
I think it's like after, party hours have started, everybody's going back down to the convention, and they see adult cartoons, and they're like, oh my god, they start quoting it, they start playing along with you. It's so much fun. Last KatsuCon, we did Lois Griffin and Quagmire from Family Guy. And, me being from New England, I actually did Lois Griffin's voice, Peter. So,
Peter.
when I did that, and I actually said that, I'm from New England, people freaked out. They were hugging us. They were like, oh my god, you guys are the best. So we kind of wanted to recreate that this year by bringing our South Park cosplays, because during the pandemic we've been binging South Park over and over again.
Yo, they got the new season coming out.
Yeah, I still haven't seen those seasons, but I have seen like the pandemic special, or the vaccination special,
or the one
totally
that their
recommend
future
watching
self.
it
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it.
It's
so
I
funny.
need to sit down and rewatch. And South Park isn't for the faint of heart, but to actually go out and try and find the material to purchase that hasn't been pulled off the shelf, that's not censored, is the hardest scavenger hunt there is.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
And
I
it's
also
like,
think the reason why South Park was pretty popular at Katsucon is because South Park's kind of one of those cartoons that kind of spans so many genres.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not necessarily into cartoons, like, people still love South Park. Anime fans love South Park. Like, almost everybody from every sort of, like, interest group loves South Park.
right. This is
People
one of
really enjoyed that.
This is one of very few cosplays I'll ever see you not do a Disney cosplay, Julie. But
branch out more now.
let's see. How about going to more of a? You could try Big Hero 6.
Thought of that because if you see my hair, I could potentially do Go Go Tamago without even needing a wig.
We also have one friend. It's a friend I went to school with. She's a chemist like me. We both went through the chemistry program at school together, and she looks exactly like Honey Lemon.
Exactly like Honey.
So
She's
Honey
even
Lemon,
tall like her too.
So we know like a Honey Lemon in real life.
And then I could be Go Go, so we could do that cosplay together.
It could be a generic Halloween costume, but I think I got something both could actually like do together and be adorable. Not something you see. Both of you cut down a periodic table and like connect together.
Yeah.
We could be like, noble gases.
Oh.
Share bonds. Oh my.
That would be.
Or even with the chemist side of it, try and go to like, do some research with some pagan Wiccan with Viking and try and give a spin of scientific knowledge to it then. Be like, this is how we will create Thor's lightning.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. That kind of reminds me of like that guy that recently made the real life lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
We talking about the one where he was actually cutting very
Cutting
slow.
through the steel, yeah.
Yep.
That was cool. I was like, holy shit, science is cool. I can do this shit.
I'm
Another
a mad
thing.
scientist.
Hey, Bryce. Science animes do you know of or shows? Steins Gate.
One is Cells at Work is a good one.
Steins Gate and Dr. Stone. Go with those.
Yes, that would be good.
Oh my God, let's go. Or Joe, you could also do Dr. Stein himself from Hunter x Hunter.
Ooh, you're right.
I haven't seen it, but I do get the reference.
Yes,
He's dissection, scientific, everything. He's like, he kind of goes insane a little bit. And then you could also, Julie, you could actually, cosplay something where like, oh, I used to experiment on him when it was in college days. I actually replace things to make him stronger. I bond pretty well with everything.
Just make a bunch of chemistry puns.
Robotic
Actually,
noise.
My next big cosplay coming up, though, is Darth Vader.
Robotic notes?
Speaking of in real life lightsabers.
Yeah.
Another thing, as my buddy over here said, robotic notes.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
But going on to the next one we got here, the infamous Megara and Hercules from Hercules. So
that one I actually did make myself. I made that costume.
This is forever handmade cosplay that he's done.
I will upgrade it, eventually. It's just we've been so preoccupied with streaming and stuff, but
just
I will upgrade this.
Muscles.
I also do want to work out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's why he wants to build a little bit more muscle to get in shape and, redo his Hercules. But this one in particular is my favorite because my personality, my sass, is exactly the same as Meg's.
It is.
I've had people, when I haven't even been in cosplay, come up to me and tell me, You remind me a lot of, that girl from Hercules.
Yeah.
So I have always loved Megara because I love the sass. I love just her personality. I love that she doesn't take crap from anyone.
Yeah.
She was a character that I genuinely fell in love with, and she was also a crush of mine. So.
I was gonna say
So,
with
yeah.
Hercules' Disney version, it was funny when Megara would be like getting the advice from her gay friend that's going after that dude, and she's interested in that dude at the same time. Like, oh, this is good.
Oh my god.
Because if you look at how Hades is portrayed, he's like, I don't think so.
Yeah, Hades is just as sassy too. I love it.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
And they were both. Hades like, no, Hercules is mine. Go away.
Yeah, he's fine. Back off.
So with the next one coming up, as you said, it was the red dress that a lot of people don't know. It's a spin-off Disney show that not a lot of people know about, unless
Yes.
it's little girls.
Yes, so this one, this show came out in 2016, and it was completely different than anything Disney had done because this was the first Latina princess
Yes.
that Disney had released. But unfortunately, she didn't get her first full-length film. That was reserved for Encanto that came out last year. I've seen a lot of people cosplay from
Oh, yeah.
recently. So because of that, I kind of wanted to showcase Elena a little bit more because a lot of people forget about her since she's a Disney Junior show.
Yep.
The show in particular it has a very good story, and it originally started because we were introduced to Elena in an episode of Sophia the First, where Sophia actually saves Elena from an amulet, and that's how she becomes her princess, and she rules her kingdom after she takes it back from a sorceress. It's a really in-depth, really cool, emotional story. I highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. This costume in particular is not her main outfit. This is her
No.
Dia de los Muertos outfit. And I love it in particular because I have celebrated a lot of Dia de los Muertos with my friends. I love the holiday in particular because I learned about it at a very young age and I became fascinated with it. And actually, in school, I took it to a whole new level where my minor in college was Latin American culture and Spanish language. So I learned a whole lot about, the culture of Latin America and, in particular, this holiday.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to celebrate the beauty of the holiday and showcase this costume because it's my favorite outfit that she wears in the show.
It's a
And
good dress.
I thought
honestly.
it would be kind of cool to debut it around Halloween time, which I did in 2020. But I didn't even get to bring her to a convention until Boston Fan Expo 2021.
On a side note, too, this is one of my favorite dresses on her because it looks very similar to her wedding dress.
Yeah,
Aww.
I took inspiration from this, yeah.
Yeah, so...
And then with some of the other cosplays coming up, a little bit more in detail depth of your Megara right there. I'm like, hold on one moment. And seeing that, you can see the details going into the actual work a little bit more. I can tell. EVA foam?
Actually, I got the,
like a baked clay.
a baked clay, a very light baked clay that I got from Joanne.
Okay.
That I used. I forget what brand it was because I made this cosplay back in 2018, so a
Okay.
couple years ago at this
Alright.
point. But I saw that it was like a lightweight clay that you could bake and it would dry.
Yeah.
and when
They're
it
not
finally
model
dried,
magic. I'll say that. It's not model magic. I think it's oven clay, honestly.
Probably, that sounds right, yeah. So
Oh.
I sculpted those myself, and I used a little brush to kind of get those little swirly designs in. And as you can see, there's three of them. There's the two that are on her
Right here by the
straps,
waist.
and then the one that's on her hip. And I very carefully made them all the same exact size. Very carefully, because I wanted them all to be the exact same size.
Would you
So
have thought of using a cookie cutter?
Yeah, actually. I did. It did work for it, though, because then I was able to shape it and get it the way I wanted. So
And
that one, I just, after I did that, I hot glued it to the costume. So
And then I would
It
say, like, if you were trying to get, like, some inner, like, detail stuff, I'd always, if it's, like, designs you needed to draw on there, go with Shrinky Dinks.
ooh, okay.
Yeah. And then we're getting into, I have no idea what this is. I honestly do not know what this is. Is this, the fairy godmother, or?
People do, unless you grew up in a certain generation.
This one was a passion project for her.
This one. So, growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s, they had Barbie movies.
Oh,
They
I already
were
know.
released
Yep. Now you
Okay.
said it.
So you're kind of piecing it together now.
Yep, I watched them.
So this one was from Princess and the Pauper. That came out in 2004.
Yep, my sister always
My
got the Barbie
personal-
movies.
My personal favorite movie from any of the Barbie movies that I've seen. Particularly because I grew up with very long, thick brown hair as a kid.
Yeah?
And seeing Erica, a Barbie with really long brown hair, I was like, oh my god, it looks like me. So I was drawn to this character, and she was a seamstress in her own shop because she was a pauper trying to make money to pay back her parents' debt that she owed to the owner of the shop that she was a seamstress for.
Yeah.
So I really liked her character because her character was pretty witty, she was intelligent, and she also had a cat that barked like a dog.
Yep. And
So-
that was like, Well, it was literally the most memorable thing about it was that there was two cats, there was two Barbies, one was her friend, the other one was this, and one barked like a dog, and I was like, this is why I like orange cats. But yeah, no, honestly, as soon as you said Barbie, he's like, oh my god, it is.
It comes back in your memory, huh?
It's not haunting
Yeah,
memories,
you're
but
really pretty in this one.
But yeah, that one I just went all out for because it was a dress I had wanted since I was a kid. And I was like, now that I made this one right when the pandemic started. This was my first pandemic project. And I was originally planning to debut this at Anime Boston 2020 until it got canceled.
yeah.
So I didn't really have a convention to bring this one to until a very small local convention I went to last year, where my photographer came with me and he took these amazing photos at this location.
And it's a good photo, honestly.
Yeah, it was at a hotel that's in Boxborough, Massachusetts. It's a gorgeous location, but I love that dress in particular because I have a lot of nostalgia tied to it. So
there we go. And then going to the next one here, we've got two more, but we've got this. Okay, this is not Ariel. This is actually she was never a part of Disney to begin with, if I'm correct. It was the one with the bat in it. It was the Russian.
yes.
Yes, it was towards the end of it. I don't remember what the name of it was, even though that's her name. But at the same time,
There's a Broadway play.
oh, there's theories on how she may have survived. She was the only survivor, but we never had confidential. And it's like there may be offspring of the royal family, but it's just like don't fuck with them, please. They went through a lot. But yeah, no. At the time, what is the movie called again? I'm forgetting it. Antasia, yes. I'm like, the one thing I remember, even the toys when you got from the fast food places, they were top quality. There was the bat, there was the train, there was actual stuff of that, there was the pendant, everything about that specific movie. I love how the fact that Disney was not involved with it because it was too dark. I was like, how about Quasimodo Notre Dame? That ain't dark.
There's a lot of dark Disney movies, Sword and Stone too.
I mean, Snow White itself is
Snow White's
pretty dark too.
If you were to actually go back, and I say this to everybody, if you go back and rewatch a lot of Disney movies, the Black Diamond editions, you will see how some of these are like, oh no. Just straight up, oh no.
I think one of the darkest Disney movies I've ever seen, I don't think you've seen it, was Watership Down.
I've seen it. I've seen the original one. The original.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the remake. I don't really think I need to.
It's not
but
as good.
The original Watership Down, like, yeah, that's really dark too.
Yeah.
It's even, people say the animated movie, not the remake, which is even more watered down. Like, straight up. Everybody says the book is so dark that it's insane. And another one, it was when I used to do YouTube for reaction videos, and that was one of the movies I had to react to. Another one was Felidae. Was another good old cartoon as well, which was another movie, and I had to put each of these in like 10-minute intervals so that way I wouldn't get copyrighted. But still, it was at that time, it's like I had a huge fan base for my reaction videos, and Watership Down, it was just like,
this was for kids.
I mean, over in Russia, this might be good, but here, oh my god.
This cosplay in particular is my soul project.
Yep.
I am Russian, and Russian is one of the languages I speak. I was raised speaking Polish and Russian, so you don't see a lot of Slavic cartoons
No.
that are represented at all, you know? And if you see anything about Russia or Poland that's represented in cinema, it's always about, communism or World War II. So it's nothing really that's something to be proud of to see in cinema. But seeing this movie and seeing the kind of representation of Slavic culture and Russian culture,
It was good.
I connected to it immediately as someone who grew up saying words like, babushka, you know, not knowing like, oh, that just actually means grandma. Like that's a word for grandma. That's you know, because I always was raised just thinking, oh, babushka. I didn't know what it meant because I only thought of it as my own grandma. So seeing this movie and seeing all the cultural references, it made me feel happy, and I also laughed at all the funny jokes that people don't usually pick up on unless they're part of the culture. So this dress in particular, I waited until I had the skill set that I felt comfortable with to make it, because I wanted to make it as screen accurate as I possibly could have. Also, I figured out I wanted to start this project when my grandmother passed away in 2019.
Oh.
And part of this cosplay is special because the jewelry I'm wearing is hers.
Ooh.
So this is like a project that's special to me because it represents my culture. It makes me feel connected to my grandmother, who I basically had the same relationship to, like Anastasia and her grandmother.
Yeah. So
seeing that, and even watching the movie after making the cosplay, I teared up a bit thinking about my grandma, and he was like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, I just hope she's looking down on me and she's happy seeing that I'm doing something like this to, you know, kind of honor my heritage and kind of honor our relationship. So this is my favorite cosplay because of all of that.
And then on top of that, Anastasia's of the little white bat that was in it got an actual movie of his own.
Yes, I actually haven't seen that one.
It's good. It's good. It's silly, but it's good. He gets a little girlfriend.
It's really funny, yeah.
He gets a little pink bat girlfriend towards the end. It's like, oh, get some. And then another one you might want to look into, which was more of like nature reserve, nature, you know, like keep it preserved. The fairies is Fungali. Yes, thank you. That'd be another one to look into. And if you needed to find any references of that, voice actor, what's his name? Who does the bat? He passed away because of drug overdose. He did the genie from Aladdin.
Williams.
Bill Murray? No.
Genie from Aladdin, Robin Williams.
Robert Williams, thank you. Yes, he actually does the bat's voice in that movie. So if you want to, yes, he does.
Okay. Now I kind of have to watch it. You know,
it's good, and it's a great representation as when people are coming out of their shell of being an adult, and there's memes of him. He's like, oh, when you're first like in cosplay, and then you start seeing other people, and then like when you're full blown in your 30s, ha ha.
Yep.
And then, honestly, that is probably another one. And it's not even a Disney movie.
No,
It's another.
It's not, well, I mean, Disney
Well,
owns
technically
it
it's
now,
now.
Yeah.
but no, it was originally just Fox production.
Yeah, no, honestly, and there's some other things as well when it comes down to certain other movies from movie productions like The Iron Giant. We've got Fungality, we've got Anastasia. We have a lot of things that go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the last pick that we've got here was from Katsucon, I assume, correct? Green dress.
Yes, that's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And if you guys are wondering, oh wait, I don't remember her wearing a green dress.
Oh, she wore a green dress.
The yellow dress. What are you talking about?
I'm going through his shit.
There is a very iconic scene, and you're gonna remember it instantly when I say this. When the Beast gives her her library, she is wearing this dress.
Because at that point was the scene, hey, put on the dress, come on down, show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or better
And
just
then,
show up.
People were asking me at Katsucon because they're like, you're Belle, but like, is this dress from a spin-off or a different like
There were
series or
sequels to
something?
that
I go,
movie, honestly.
and I immediately said library, and they're like, oh, okay. So I decided to do this dress because I had a lot of green fabric left over. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this? Like, what Disney like character wears green? And then I was thinking, well, Belle has a dress from Beauty and the Beast, and Belle's one of my favorite Disney princesses. So I figured maybe I'll make this dress. And that one, this is my most recent cosplay that I made. I finished it right before Katsucon. And the one thing about this I kind of regret is it's very sparkly, and glitter gets everywhere. I left the trail at Katsucon, and you could tell because it was green sparkle.
Everywhere.
So was
the hotel room,
the hotel room, the Ubers, everything sparkled.
It is quite interesting with the Disney movies where there's some that were so not advertised they weren't even in the movies as to sequels or prequels. With some of them, even people don't know that there's a third Little Mermaid movie, which is actually showcasing.
I know that too.
Yeah, no, and everybody's like, "Oh no, it's an okay movie." I'm like, "No, you need." It shows the history of why.
Yeah.
King Triton doesn't like music, and eventually loud music, and then on top of that, the fact of how Ariel's mom died.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because you know, as a kid, you're growing up, and you're like, oh, King Triton's there, but where's Ariel's mom? And
They
now
never
you don't know what happened.
And then on top of that, with Beauty and the Beast, they also had a sequel movie.
Yes. They
Cinderella had 3 movies, and then with Beauty and Beast, I think they kind of had their little spin-off show, but I know it was Little Mermaid, Hercules, and there was a couple more Disney movies that actually got their own spin-off shows, but it was more like, let's go on adventures.
Timon and Pumbaa was my favorite.
Oh, that was another one, and that was even before one, as they made a joke. Hey, this is 1.5, not 2, 1.5.
That was my favorite movie of all time. I also cosplay Timon. He's my favorite of all time Disney character. He's tatted on my leg. Hakuna Matata is like one of my catchphrases.
Rafiki's my favorite. It's Rafiki for me.
I love Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh. And then other type of movies that have come out that will really kind of go under the radar that Disney has done. It depends on how far back you want to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if I should show that. Another one. And Aladdin had another show too. Yeah, Aladdin actually had 3 movies as well. And he had his show as well. It was like...
Yep.
It was
I remember that one.
And then you had some other Disney like shows that never had movies, but they're so remote. You may not remember the names of the show, but as soon as you see the character, you're like, oh, I remember that little goofy ball. Oh my god. Oh, and then Lilo and Stitch. That's another one.
Yes, the Lilo and Stitch.
I
And
love this series.
Japan made their own show of Lilo and Stitch too, which was a sequel after all of their stuff was done and set over, but it it still was translated over here, but Japan was like, no, we need to do this. So I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I reintroduced you to a Disney show that not a lot of people talk about, and it was called Dave the Barbarian.
Oh my god, such a good show.
It was kind of like this era of Disney shows that,
were weird.
They were low budget.
They were low budget, but they were funny.
They were good, though. They were absolutely good. And then if we got into Disney Jetix, where Jetix had its own thing, there was another show, The Emperor's New Groove, did get its own show, too.
School, yep.
And
I
then
saw that one.
Kronk's
I remember
New
that.
Groove movie came out, and then he got his own show. I was like, let's go Kronk, let's go Kronk.
Kronk.
I love Krunk.
I love Kronk. He's awesome.
I would even argue almost that like Kronk's New Groove is almost better.
It is. Oh my god, and that's hard to say honestly. And then
It is,
and
but
then-
it's just it was funnier. It made me laugh more than the Emperor's New Groove.
it's Kronk. Come on. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, Cusco, what you doing over there? I'm not trying to kill you, but hey. But yeah, no, honestly, let's go ahead and get to the social media stuff that we can actually get people to link to you guys as to what can they find you both on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that fun stuff.
We're actually about to go live at 9. We're going to be playing some Dead by Daylight tonight. We're going to be we're debuting some of the new clothes that we got for the stream from KatsuCon. So we're debuting a few things.
I was gonna say, start cosplaying from that, honestly.
Actually, these shirts were part of it. There's still more to come, but yeah, we just got these at KatsuCon.
I'm a
this
mad scientist. I have friends, they're just online.
I have friends. They're just online.
Yeah, which is a streamer shirt. But what you should mention what the streamer the tag is.
So the streamer tag for us is JRW Slayer 16, just like our Discord. And we mostly stream Dead by Daylight, and we're Halloween themed channel. We play a lot of spooky games, but mainly Dead by Daylight.
And as for cosplay, it's easiest to find us on Instagram. We have our own profiles kind of linked to each other in our bios, but mine is juju_creative.cosplay.
There we
And his is Glastonbury Yeti. And we do have a couple's Instagram that is called chronically_cute_cosplay, where we put all of our couples cosplays, and even in the photos, like people comment saying it's cute. So it kind of lives up to its name, chronically cute. But that's where you can mostly find us on Instagram, because that's where we share all of our cosplay photos, projects we're working on, and you know, when I am actively working on a project, I update my story to show how I'm making it, what my process is, and everything. So Instagram is mainly for cosplay, but we have, you know, Twitch where we stream a lot of horror stuff. We're actually going to be cosplaying some, you know, Dead by Daylight stuff in the future too. So.
And then we'll also cosplay some. We're probably gonna start branching out.
Branching out from Disney, because you know, I've already done the Disney cosplays I like, you know, and I want to branch out and do.
So we're probably gonna do some video game cosplays.
All right. Sweet. And we'll make sure to get all the links in the description down below, everybody. And when they say 9 o'clock, they're talking about EST. So here in like 5 minutes, they're about to go live.
We'll be live.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. Thank you, Julie and Joe, for coming up on here. I appreciate it, and it's always an awesome moment
Thank
to
you
talk
for
with you.
having us.
No problem. I try. But on that, go have fun. I'll check in on your live stream, but I'll have another interview here in the next hour with another surprise guest. Let's just put it that way.
Have fun.
All right. Other than that, everybody, we'll see y'all later. Stay tuned in, and peace out, Girl Scouts, and have a goodie.
I'll see you later.